Ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen, damn it. Damas y caballeros, welcome back. Tony West here. Lately it's been rainy and shitty weather in Germany, but guess what? It's sunny today, so that means more content for you guys. It's still a little bit chilly, but at least the sun is out. On today's episode, I'm gonna tell you guys how to get rid of the B123 coat, which is basically that you have to change the oil from the car. This is my wife's car. I drove to her job and I gave him my car. Yeah, that's scary. But I just wanted to replace the oil, try to clean it a little bit. Winter here in Germany, since it's pretty cold, it's snow, they use a lot of salt on the road. So I'm gonna check how the engine bay looks, and I'm gonna try to give a little bit of cariñito to the car. Whenever she come back from work, she'll be try to make some points with her. This is a 2015 Civic. It came, I believe, from 2011 all the way to 2015. So this is the last year of the 9 gen. And before I start, I want to show you all something. Check what my wife gave to me for St. Valentine's Day.
Look at this. Somebody come look at this. Look at this. Somebody come and look at this.
Pretty sick, huh? I don't even have 50 subtitles. How badass is that?
Okay.
Thanks for my wife for that detail. Different oils. If you want controversy, talk about politics, religion, or go to a Facebook group, a car Facebook group, and talk about oil. A lot of people have different opinions. There's a lot of information in the internet you can use. Basically, the higher the number, the higher the viscosity. And all depend where do you live. The colder it gets, the area that you live, the lower the viscosity that you need. Engine oils really doesn't matter. If you have like a automatic cars, family car, SUV, just know that if it's synthetic, you can change it all the way up to 5,000 miles. Or if it's mineral, you might want to change it every 3,000 miles or 3 months, whatever comes first. Just remember, maintenance is really important if you want the car to last longer. So first thing first, you will need the jack. You need wrench, extension. It's up to you whether you need a short one or a long one. And this is a lifesaver. It's a lot easier to take out the oil filter with one of these things. You can find them cheap on Amazon. I'm gonna post the link below. But this just open based on the oil filter size. You need the oil pan. You also will need a Phillips screwdriver. You can buy this type of paper as well. It's really helpful. You also will need a 17mm socket. You can use a 3/8 or you can use 1/2. So it will be easier to lose the oil plug. And the main important thing, the oil and the filter. There's a lot of hate around in the internet because I don't know, the quality, I guess. This is what I got, so this is what I'm gonna use. If you do the oil change the damn filter as well. You can order in Amazon OEM, which is the one that I will recommend. Just make sure that you have a couple on stock hiding in your house, so whenever you have to replace the oil, you don't have to get the first thing that you find. Before you leave the car, make sure that it's on parking. Make sure that it's on parking, and make sure that the handbrake is engaged. Safety first, guys. Every time you mess up with jack, just make sure that you add a jack stand as well. These type of things lost the pressure because of how heavy the car is or whatever, and it will sink down. If you're underneath the car, that's no bueno. Every car where the fender ends has an area where you can put the jack. In this case, this is the one, and you want to match the base or whatever the hell this thing is called to this. So you don't want to put this part here. You want it the more stable as possible. Alright guys, that's the aluminum cover that I was talking about, the engine cover. We had to remove a couple bolts, Phillips bolts, in order to remove that cover and get underneath the engine. Once you remove all the bolts, you have to push this cover back and then down. And voila. Before you guys get under the car, make sure the car was off for at least half an hour. You don't want to get burned, especially with the exhaust pipe. This thing gets really hot. Right. Once you take out the plug, make sure that you're ready to dump all the oil from the oil pan, from the engine to the oil pan, the plastic oil pan. Also, if you don't let the car be cold, the oil is gonna burn the fuck out of you. Trick: once you know that it's out, you press towards the oil pan, and then you just go the opposite way real quick. That prevents to do any mess in the ground. The amount of time that you leave the oil dripping, it's up to you. If you pay somebody to go and do it in a lube place, they will basically wait a couple minutes and then plug it back and then put the new engine, and that's it. They have to do it quick because there's a lot of people waiting. For me, I like to wait 10 minutes at least, so all the oil, not all of it, but most of the oil just go down. And I don't know, that's just me. I just want the most oil that I can out to pour the new one. Okay, once it's done draining the oil, you want to torque the drain plug. In this case, this car, like I mentioned before, is 1.8 liters. So this one needs 29 foot-pounds. All right, next, as I mentioned before, this is a lifesaver. Because, let me see if I can focus this here. This is the oil filter, and how it is on these cars is like hiding inside, well, not inside, but hiding between the engine and this mount. So it's really hard to try to do it by hand or with other type of tool to remove the oil filter. So the way you do this, let me turn on the flash real quick. All right, so this one looks much better. Oh my god, look all this salt. Anyway, so the easiest way, just get this there, right? it will open and it will be in base of the oil filter size, and then you use the wrench to take it out. Make sure you go counterclockwise, don't go clockwise, please. So I messed up. I thought that I was recording taking out the oil filter, but what I want to show you guys is make sure that the oil ring that the oil filter has don't get stuck there. Before you put the new one, you want to verify that. I've seen people leaving that. Let me show you. This oil ring gets stuck because they forget to lubricate before putting it there. Like, put a little bit of oil, it gets stuck there. It's dark, you don't see it, and then you put the new one, doesn't seal properly. You start the engine, and thank God you realize that before you start driving, because yeah, it's gonna be a sad day for you. Once you get the new oil filter, you can just grab a little bit of oil from the other one, and you don't have to put a lot. You can use the new oil as well. This is just to prevent that oil ring to get stuck in the engine. Alright, once you put the oil filter back, clean the mess, make sure that, like I said before, the drain plug is properly torqued, and you just get the engine cover, aluminum engine cover, put it back again, slide it back, and then you put the four bolts, and that's it. Last thing, you want to turn on the car, and you want to make sure that there's no oil dripping or any other crazy stuff happening around. Again, make sure that the drain plug is properly torqued and the oil filter is properly seated. Give it a couple minutes, make sure that nothing is happening, not oil leakage, and that's it. Alright, once the car is on, you want to remove that coat. It's just letting the computer know that the oil was replaced. You need the menu button, information button, and this to scroll down or up, and the source button to like agree or click yes. That's the warning, and you press the information button, then you press menu button, and this will come up. You press the plus sign and it will go up, and then you press source, which is the button in the center. You press the plus button to go up, scroll up, and then source to click on vehicle information. Once you click there, it will go maintenance info. You press the source button again, and it will tell you the oil life, which was 10%. So you can change, either like reset the oil and filter, or you can do the tire rotation, air filter, transmission oil, etc. But in this case, we're just gonna do oil filter. And once it's there, you press the source button to reset, It will ask you, would you like to reset the maintenance information? You press the minus button to type yes, and then you press the sort button again. Bam, 100%. And to get out from there, press menu, and then it will go back to the normal screen, whatever you have. Simple. All right, guys, the episode ends here, but I have a lot of stuff to do. I'm gonna clean out the engine bay, I'm gonna clean the car, and I'm gonna add it in the video. But you can follow me on Instagram or Facebook page on Tony West DIY. I'm gonna post the pictures of how the engine bay and how the car looks after cleaning. Please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and press that bell button for more content. Thank you guys again, and see you next time.